Traders, what's going on? We're back with another weekly video. This video we're going to be kind of looking at a monthly outlook of all the pairs. Just trying to get a little bit of a bigger picture idea of what's going on, and I'm also adding gold, silver, S&P, and oil. I'm going to start doing those every week now. It was suggested to me by a guy named Ol. I think that's how you say it. And also shout out to Xavier. He suggested that I do timestamps for all the pairs, which makes a lot of sense. So if you don't want to look at any of the Aussie pairs, or you want to look at only specific couple pairs, I should have the timestamps down in the comments. I think I'm gonna put it in the comments. I'm gonna pin it to the top, just so you can find the pair that you want. Just so not wasting any of your time. But I appreciate all you guys watching, and I'd really appreciate if you guys maybe shared this and liked it and told somebody about it, because I'm trying to make this channel grow and I'm trying to help you guys out, because I really enjoy helping you guys and I'm trying to make something out of this channel. But anyways, news for this week. This is the economic calendar. I have everything to just red, like for high impact news. Let me see if I'll do this. So there is some more news. This not crazy. Let's just keep it on high impact for now. So the Canadians, where I'm from, I got GDP, and then I guess the same day Jerome Powell will testify. See what that's all about. I'm learning about all this stuff, but I know non-farm payroll and all that stuff, and unemployment change. I know that stuff's pretty important. Unemployment change, that's going to be a big number, especially for the S&P 500. I'm sure that these unemployment numbers will come out strong, because it seems like the countries have been reopening, even though apparently all the cases are getting way worse now, right? So I don't know. It's interesting to see. I think it's going to be a really interesting year, to be honest. There's this whole thing that's been going on. There's the riots, the protests, Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. I'm not going to get into politics, but that's a huge thing as well. I'm sure, and honestly, I don't know who's going to win, but I'm sure the market will have a different reaction for if Donald Trump wins, and a different reaction if Joe Biden wins. And usually before they'll start pricing that in, but it almost seems like they don't know. They don't know what's going to go on. It's a lot of uncertainty right now, guys. So, but as traders, we can just kind of look at the technicals, find our zones, maybe keep a good concept of the fundamentals, and just go from there. So we'll start off with Aussie USD. I'm going to actually start on the monthly. And let me turn this. Okay, the magnet's on. Okay. Move this over here. Alright, so Aussie USD, pretty sure this is, yeah, that's broken. That's broken, but it's still in this supply zone. Oh, what the hell's going on? It's still in this little supply zone. It's tested, obviously, but I definitely don't really want to be a buyer right now, that's for sure. If you really wanted to redefine it on the weekly, this weekly level, which is a nice level, it's worked twice now. It's reacting off there. I'm sure we'll see a push up. Let me see. So that broke this low. Huh, that's crazy. So clearly it's a buy low, sell high, right? Look at that reaction right off of this whole area. That definitely would have been a nice trade. And overall, I think we're on a pretty obvious downtrend on the Aussie dollar. Let's go down to the daily. You can draw it like that. It also wouldn't be a bad idea to draw it like that, just because of this strong push up. Just trying to break. It did break right here. So maybe you had a trade right here. Would have been a little, it didn't really take out any demand, but it did have a reaction. It was very clear selling. So actually I'm going to get rid of that. But just be careful with this. On this smaller time frame on the daily, you know, it's a pretty nice uptrend. Look from down here, all the way from March, the start of all this. Kind of looks like the S&P, to be honest. Look at that. Looks similar, right? Like somebody had brought that up to me before too. But yeah, so it's been on a very strong rally since March. So on that time frame, it looks really bullish, right? But then when you go to the monthly, it's like, oh well, this might just get hammered short right now. We don't know, because it is sitting in this monthly area. But ideally, you know, you kind of want to be looking up here, like in the long term. Like it might take us to the end of the year to get up here, right? But it's just something to keep in mind. AUDCAD, we'll start on the monthly. Looks a little different. This supply was broken. I don't even like this. This is so choppy. I draw it like that. You could even really draw it like that. I had a reaction there. Huge wick. I don't even really want to draw that for demand. Oh wait, I didn't even do the demand for Aussie US dollar. You got some demand, a bunch of little demand zones up here though, or down here rather. Even a little one there. Anyways, Aussie CAD. Go back to the monthly. Like, you could draw this. Sorry guys, I'm getting used to this magnet tool. Do kind of like it though. Sitting in that little zone right now. It's not the greatest zone, but I'm sure we'll see a reaction off of that because this kind of broke this whole low here. Yeah, so it's sitting in that monthly. Let's go to the weekly, and it is on the downtrend overall, clearly. Weekly, see if you can redefine it. Nice little zone right there. I like that. This little zone looks like it didn't even have a reaction off of it, but there's a weekly level there. Go to the daily right now. Check that out. Pretty nice uptrend in the daily. Good momentum. Just like, I mean, obviously all Aussie pairs are going to be pretty much rallying and looking similar. So that's what I see on Aussie CAD. Just keep an eye out. We are in that monthly supply just for the bigger outlook. Doesn't mean that, you know, you can't get like a 5-minute scalp in there, something like that, right? Aussie New Zealand. Pretty choppy in here, but we do have some selling. Oh, I think that broke. Yes, it did. So I'm gonna remove that. So that broke. So this is wiki, but you know what, I'll draw that. I'm even just gonna probably just draw it like that. Do have some selling right here as well. Reacted once. See if it can get a push higher and come lower weekly. Let's see if we can redefine this. So that weekly level worked for a minute. Not even. Weekly, we have this level here that it has reacted off a couple times now. And then we have another little level right there. Then we'll go to the daily. And what I see is this very clear, very obvious momentum or trend line break. This demand was removed right there, leaving us with this level right there. As a daily supply zone. The move away isn't, super strong. It's not one big fat red candle, but it is selling, and I don't mind it, especially because It's in this monthly area of selling. And you know what? It broke. I like this. I like this zone. It broke the momentum line, the trend line, the demand. I like it. And then for the bigger picture trend, you could definitely draw that. So right now it's kind of testing this momentum line or trend line, sorry. So it's kind of testing that. So it's kind of an iffy one, right? It's like it's right on that line of this trend line, but I don't mind this daily level. I definitely will be. I'm not going to say I'm going to short this whole daily level, but I definitely will be looking for some shorting opportunities in there for sure. Aussie, Japanese. You have this trend down. Looks similar. It's testing this trend line right now. This supply was broken. So then we are left with that. I'm not going to draw that. That's the supply I see. Obviously, this demand zone had a very nice reaction off of it. Sorry, guys. I'm still getting used to this magnet tool over here. Do you guys use that? Let me know if you guys use that. A buddy of mine uses it, and he says he really likes it. And it kind of makes sure your zones are all lined up, right? Anyways. Let's go to the weekly. This is broken. So now there's nothing really stopping this from here to up here into this zone. If you really want to define this whole monthly area, you got a nice weekly supply zone right at the extreme there. As far as daily goes, have that, but you can also draw, yeah, you wouldn't be wrong to draw this aggressive momentum line. I'm just kind of roughly drawing this too, guys. You wouldn't be wrong to have that as a zone. I think that that's a nice area to be looking for, maybe a 1 hour supply zone confirmation in there. I always look for confirmation, guys. That's what I kind of see for now. And then for demand, you know, a lot of these pairs look the same. I'm sure you can just go back and look at one of the other pairs I went over, and they'll all look very similar. You got a bunch of little demand zones in here. Yeah, a little sloppy, but whatever. CAD yen. I don't know what all the drawing is. CAD yen. No demand that I really like, but you know, sometimes I will just draw this extreme demand that's been tested. It's like a buy low, sell high kind of thing, right? Like very clear selling right there. That was a very nice trade. Wow. That would have been huge. Just broke this low, so this is on a downtrend now. So I would have something drawn like that. This supply zone, which is, it's a very weird zone. This wick came right up and pushed above that candle wick. That's what I would have as my trend on the monthly. So it's overall trending down. Weekly refined. Look at that beautiful zone right here within the monthly. I really like that zone. And then on the daily, similar to the last pair we went over. It's broken. This demand has not been removed yet. It's reacting off of that. I'm sure it will break. I don't know for sure, obviously, but still, if you just like the momentum line, the trend line breaks, that would be your supply right there. Even though it didn't remove any demand, it's been on an uptrend. I like that zone for a shorting opportunity, maybe for confirmation. CAD Swiss, go to the monthly. Look at this chop here, eh? Just that whole choppy area. I don't like that. You do have a nice supply zone here. Might be a little obvious, but I don't mind that. Let's see, there's no demand anywhere. How would you draw this one? Let me see. That's tough. Oh, what the hell? That's a tough one. What the hell? This magnet is so weird. It's a tough one. I'm not even gonna draw that one. It's on a downtrend. You can say that. It broke all these lows. It's very clearly on a downtrend. Weekly, have a nice level right here. I like this level. I'm gonna go with the daily. Very similar to everything else. Draw that. I like this one better than the last one, CAD yen, because it broke this demand. So I like that. Got a nice little demand zone right there. So this daily trend has now been broken. So I'm sure now the daily trend has been broken. We might see a push up, but you know, the daily momentum has very clearly been lost. So now price can either come up to here, it can get rejected and start following and continue this, you know, overall downtrend, or we might start seeing things rally up to here. We'll see. Go to Swiss yen on the monthly. We had some demand down here. Not the greatest demand. Didn't really accomplish that much. As far as supply goes, you got a lot of chop in here, but I would draw that probably. Maybe redefine on the weekly. We'll see. Yeah, you got a nice weekly level here. Very nice weekly level. A little bit big, but that's okay. You can even redefine it on the daily. Got a couple little zones in there. I'd probably draw something like that. This has been on an uptrend since May. I don't think you'd be wrong to draw an aggressive momentum line like that with your supply right here. Then there might be a potential trap area around here. If you look on like a 4 hour, I'm sure this is like a support resistance level. As far as demand goes, we had a reaction off of this level here, clearly. And then, you know, I like that level down there at the extreme. Reason being, it's because it broke this trend line down, took out this very nice supply, which also had a reaction, which gives it even more. I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is, but it makes it better. So that's what I see for Swiss yen. Just keep in mind that this is kind of choppy in the bigger picture, but definitely some good day trade opportunities in here. EURUSD, my favorite. Monthly up here, very nice zone there. And you know, you're gonna have your demand down here as well. I don't know why my thing drew it like that. Nice reaction off of that. Monthly's looking pretty sideways to me. Hopefully this can get broken. Then we have a very clear trend down. Go to the weekly. It's so choppy on the weekly, so we'll go right to the daily. This level, Euro's been kind of messing around this level for a while. I have had one trade in this area, I believe. As far as demand goes, you're gonna have that buy low, sell high up there. And this trend line still intact. So no new levels formed. It's still looking bullish in my opinion, even though it's sitting in this daily supply. Be careful if you want your like bigger picture trend, like that would be it. That's Euro USD as far as demand goes. Like there's that, maybe something there. Not a huge fan of that. That's just kind of a pivot low. Euro pound. Euro pound, huh? Got a strong. This is kind of like the same thing I just talked about. It's like a pivot low, but I like that move away. Very strong. As far as supply goes, damn, this is so choppy. This is kind of just like a. I don't even know how to draw shit like this. Like, oh, what the hell? My magnet's kind of fucking me up here. I don't even know how you draw. It's so sloppy. But keep in mind, EURGBP, we are in monthly area of supply. Let's go to the weekly, see if we cannot redefine this. This level has been worked a couple times. See if there's anything on the weekly over here. Not really. We got this at the extreme, which actually might be okay. This looks like a trap. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I feel like that might be a good trap setup. So maybe set your alert up here. Daily. We were on a nice uptrend. I guess things are still pushing up. Supply, you're gonna have this fat zone. I wouldn't be buying in this area considering this is monthly as well. Maybe a little day trade, but as far as demand goes, like this whole chart just like sucks. Like I'm like gonna skip it pretty much. Euro yen. Get that monthly area of supply. Get a reaction off this demand. So monthly demand is in control right now. You do have couple little selling areas around here. It's reacting off of that right now. If you go to the weekly, you can redefine that to right about there. I would. And on the daily, I would draw something like that. Not the best basing with this doji candle, but probably draw it like that. Broke the trend line. Didn't really take out any demand. I had this little base demand zone here drawn out. So if you want to call that demand, it did take out demand. I still don't mind this area for a shorting opportunity on a smaller time frame confirmation. But bigger picture, this thing has kind of been on a downtrend. But since this monthly demand is in control, I'd be interested to see how this goes and where this goes. Okay, the pound. You got a nice supply level there, the monthly. For demand, nothing there, eh? Very obvious downtrend though on the pound. Got that little zone right there as well. See what the weekly's showing us. Nice little area right here. Had a reaction off of it already. And up here too. Might be a little too early to draw this, but it doesn't hurt. You can redefine this monthly level right there on the weekly. And then looking at the daily, my sweet spot, very clear uptrend like that. That's broken, so I would have that. Oh. I would have that drawn like that. That's your supply on the daily. And as for demand, some buying is in here. If you draw it like that, it's been tested. And then, you know, you have your trend down right now. Or your momentum line down. But it's in that daily area. So then you look for confirmation, right? Sorry, guys. But overall, the monthly's down. A lot of these monthly pairs are just down. The pound Swiss had a nice reaction off this supply area. Another little supply area right there. A lot of nice supply zones. So what does that mean? It means that the pound Swiss, it's gonna have a hard time getting up here, right? If it does get up here, you know, it's not gonna be a skyrocket up. I'm sure people are gonna be taking profits off and selling their positions. So keep that in mind. That would be your proper trend line. You even have another little zone right here within the zone. But you know what I'll do is I'll just delete that and I'll just go to the weekly, find it. There it is. Not bad. Not bad. We'll go to the daily. See what that's telling us. So we did have this trend up. It was broken just like the pound US dollar. There. Pretty clear profit margin to at least this area right here. Yeah. Probably draw something like that. It's having a reaction off of it right now. That's what I see on that. Yeah. Pound yen. Had a very nice reaction at that level. That's a very nice level. This demand has been reacted off of it once, broken. Would have had a nice long trade in a smaller time frame in there. This is all kind of chopped, but I'm just gonna draw this just as, you know, like the low. Had a reaction, maybe push a little lower, have a nice push out. We'll see. Nice little area right here, supply. Dude, this is so annoying. This might take this magnet off. Okay, like am I? What the hell? Sorry, guys. That's not how I want to draw it either. Dude, this is so annoying, this magnet. Anyways. Monthly trend down as well. Go to the weekly. Nice area here. Right there. Daily, let's see what the daily's telling us. Same thing. Getting sick of just doing this, basically the same pairs. Like, I mean, I don't mind it, but it's like, man, all of them are like essentially the same thing. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to eliminate that. Try to just eliminate pairs, but I want to make sure I do all the pairs for you guys. So maybe let me know in the comments like what pairs to take out or whatever. Maybe I'll just do the majors if I'm going to start doing these big monthly breakdowns. But that's what I see for this. So the daily is on an uptrend. I would still call that an uptrend. This overall bigger picture. So I definitely would be looking for buying in this area for sure. New Zealand. Reacting off that supply up there, or right here rather. And then you have your trend down. Redefine the weekly. Let's see. Not a bad little level in here. The daily. Daily overall, you have that, but you also have that aggressive. Yeah, I wouldn't even draw that. There's not 3 CPs in a row, so. But you did have a little reaction off of there, like that. And as far as demand goes, you know, you got your little demand zones down here. New Zealand Swiss franc monthly, like, man, have we seen a monthly that has been on an uptrend? Like, it seems like every monthly picture is just down. All these currencies are just getting weak. Clear monthly down. Had a nice reaction of this weekly supply zone though, and we'll see how long this lasts. It's going to be stopped by a little bit of buying down here, but bigger picture daily, wouldn't be wrong to draw this like that, because you had a CP here, a CP here, a CP right there. 3 CPs, you can draw an aggressive momentum line. That's your supply. But then just keep an eye out. You got your demand right here for nearest demand, and then there's this as well. So, yeah. New Zealand, Japanese yen. Same shit. That. Demand's down there. Probably got some buying in here for sure. Go to the weekly. That level was broken. We do have another nice little weekly level at the extreme. I'm not even like this. They all look the same right now, man. Drive me nuts. USDCAD, I know this one looks different. It's probably sitting in monthly supply. Didn't break that monthly supply yet, eh? This one I pay a little attention to more because I live so close to America. And, you know, sometimes before all this stuff was going on, we'd go over there, go for dinner and all that stuff. So you got to buy US currency. Monthly has a clear trend up. And honestly, I hope it crashes because then my money gets more valuable because I'm Canadian. Anyways, have a nice demand level here. It's not, I mean, it's not the best, but it is buying. Weekly had a nice sell off right around here. Go to the daily. It looks totally different. Oh. Daily, you got a nice CP right here. A couple nice areas actually within the weekly. And you're gonna have some buying in here. Not the best area for buying, but I'd watch out for that. And then if you want to call that supply, I would say supply zone removed. We're on a little bit of a daily uptrend. Probably going to get stopped by this CP, especially considering we're in a monthly area. USD Swiss, go to the monthly. What a mess. Wow, what a complete mess. Got a reaction off that. You got some selling right here. This, like, if it looks messy like this, guys, I'm probably just gonna skip it. Supply right there. As for demand, you have a bunch of little zones right here. You had one there reacted off of. I'll just have it like that. This is kind of wiki. Oh. You're gonna a pretty clear downtrend here overall. The yen, you had a reaction of this pretty clear demand here. You have some selling up here. The yen's gonna have a hard time getting up there. You had a little reaction off that right there. And then, you know, the best level right there. Go to the weekly, chop, chop, chop. The daily. You have this nice supply zone right there. I'm waiting for that one to be hit. Right now you are sitting in this somewhat of this demand right there. So keep an eye out for that. The daily sideways right now. Finally, a pair that looks, you know, a little different. But yeah, keep an eye out for this. That will have a reaction off of that. Kind of choppy. Look at this basing, yeah. On USD Singapore. Beautiful basing. That was removed. So our next monthly level of supply, I would have it like that. So a lot of profit margin right now. Oh, I didn't even see this. Just keep that in mind. And you have some buying right here as well. Weekly level right here. Redefine that in the daily. Looks like that. And then you have this little daily zone at the extreme. You've had a nice reaction off that, actually. That would have been a nice trade considering the monthly. I would consider this an uptrend on the monthly. So then you wouldn't really be wrong to take a set and forget on the daily in there. Yeah, now we're on to the metals. Next week I'm probably going to have to trim down some of this, maybe just go over some of the majors or whatever. And then if you guys need hand with a certain pair, then maybe we can go on a video call or something like that. We can figure it out, because I can't be doing all these pairs all the time, especially when they all look the same or extremely similar. So some supply right here. Demand that's been tested right here, but that's like the nearest area of fresh demand on the monthly for the bigger picture. Weekly, maybe redefine that. Yep. Nice area right there. Had a reaction off it. Probably gonna put, looks like it's gonna push higher. Go right to the daily. This is what is this, gold? Yeah, this is gold. Definitely pretty biased on gold, so I don't even want to get into the fundamentals of gold, but world governments are printing a lot of money right now, so usually that's a good sign for gold. I own physical bullion. I was talking to my group about that. But yeah, even on the daily, it's looking pretty bullish. So that's what I see. And then on the daily, for daily supply, you definitely got a little bit of selling up here for sure. So gold's gonna have a hard time, but in the end, I think the fundamentals will crush the technicals in this. Silver. So silver right now is sitting in this monthly area of supply, which I think is going to be broken, because like I said, I'm biased on metals, but you know, it's going to have a hard time. There's a lot of selling, a lot of supply. You had some demand, you had some buying right here, that little level. Not the greatest level at all, but was buying. Go to the daily. So there's a lot of supply levels on the daily. That one was broken. You had a little one right there, broken. But I mean, it's on an uptrend. It's been on a tear. I hope personally it keeps going. We'll see what happens. This whole area is just kind of just gook. I don't really like fucking around. Sorry, pardon my language. I don't really like messing around in there. I would like to see a nice breakout happen. S&P 500. Look at that recovery, eh? We're already back up here, boys. We had a reaction off of that. And the only reason I'm drawing that is because it had a reaction off of it, right? We'll go right to the daily on this. So there's your level. If you're ballsy enough to short it, there's your level. I said if you're ballsy enough to short it. And you know what? Look at this. Look at that trap. Potential trap. Boom, boom, boom. Bet you on like a 4 hour. Yeah, look at that. So then you got these retail traders looking at this area that they probably would do something like this. You're like, oh, look at this nice support area or resistance area. Let's short again. They short. Their stop loss is right above here, right? Like, let's just say their stop loss is, you know, right here. They short it, pushes up, hits their stop loss right in our area of daily demand, or supply rather, which we're shorting. And then we're shorting, and then they're buying back their shares right up here. We'd have a nice short squeeze. I think that's just what a short squeeze is. I'm saying the opposite. I don't know. It looks like a trap setup to me. So as far as demand, you don't have the greatest demand zones. I don't mind that one. I like that basing and then move away. You know, you got some demand in here, maybe a little bit here. Had a reaction off of that. Might be ranging, but honestly, I don't know where the S&P is going to go, guys. I don't know. Realistically, like, all these companies are definitely hurting, and like it probably should be going down. But you know, when the Federal Reserve and the government get together and start, you know, quantitative easing and just printing money, you don't know, right? And it's like, don't fight the Fed. I'm not fighting the Fed. That's why I bought gold, because they're just increasing the money supply, which is, you know, going to cause inflation. But just looking at the technicals, you got some nice areas right here. I like this area for shorting opportunity for sure. And then on to oil. Isn't that just a beautiful chart? I just love seeing nice, very clear zones like this. Like, a lot of trading in the area, but I do like that level for sure. But you got to keep in mind that we are on a downtrend on oil. But I like this area for shorting. And you know, maybe $60 a barrel. That's a big number. $60 a barrel. $55 a barrel. That's something to keep in mind too, is these whole numbers, guys. Weekly level, you got a nice weekly level here, there. Go to the daily. It's just been a grind, boys. Oh, I didn't even see that CP right there. Sorry about the sniffles too, guys. I'm getting little allergies right now. It's holding though. Shorting opportunity right there. Pretty clear profit margin though. But yeah, oil's just been on a tear. We haven't seen any crazy big moves, but it's just been, you know, consistent uptrend, boys. Consistent uptrend. So yeah, that's what I see for oil. Probably gonna get short around up here. We'll see. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. Yeah, enjoy. Let's kill it this week, guys. Take care.